There was actually a study done by Wharton that found loyal customers get more upset when they have friction in the experience. And it's because they are experiencing more. Because they're coming and purchasing more often, they're more likely to have a bad experience than the occasional customer. It's kind of an interesting paradigm. So you can actually inflict more pain on your most loyal customers in that way, if you're not dealing with the usability and functionality of the purchase process.
Yeah. And I think that's a great point, because when you think about it from a home improvement perspective, the customer that's coming in the most and having the repeated experience with you many times is the pro. And that's why it makes it so important for that population to be looked at uniquely. I mean, the both Lowe's and Depot have been a pro focused organization for a while. Lowe's has done a lot to double down in that space and really make it known that, hey, we're not going to lose the pro, and we need to be able to build that base. But you think of that experience, I mean, those pros are looking for some basic stuff. I mean, they need the right products in the store. They need the assortment like to be set the right way for them, right? They need to make sure they've got job lot quantities and are in stock at the rate that they can grab things and go. They want to have like a great price, and they want to make it as easy as possible so they can get in and get out of the store without any problem. A lot of things that both companies have done is allow for other folks besides the person who placed the order to be able to come in and grab it. So think you're on a job site, you place a BOPUS order on your phone, you go through the app, you can send somebody from your crew in to be able to get the thing that you need, right? But both companies have also spent a lot of time now doing quite a bit of work to be able to think about, okay, well, what could we do to also make delivery to site a lot easier? So again, it's one of those things that's unique to that population of people. On the other side, you might have a whole group of folks that are designers, and they need things, I mean, in a different way. It's like they're always looking and trying to find things that are more on trend. So the breadth and depth of assortment is that much more important, right? So a little bit of uniqueness between like the two groups, but it all comes back down to just what does that customer need, and what can you provide them to be able to make their experience live up to the needs that they have, and any friction in that, again, pulls it back, and you have some problems. But losing one of those people is incredibly painful. Those are the groups that you want to hang on to, because they're the ones that are putting in a ton of revenue and faith into your brand, and letting them down is definitely, I mean, tough to digest.
I like your ladder analogy. As you're climbing the ladder, each time you come through, what happens if you fall off the ladder at the top? That's not too nice.
Well,
that's worse than falling off on the first rung. Is that what you're saying? The injuries are a lot greater. Yes.
Well, I don't know the last time any of you have fallen off the ladder, but do you ever fall one rung down? No. You hit the ground half the time, right? So I think it's a very similar experience when a customer gets let down. It's one of those things. It's either you're a hero or a zero in some of those, right? So how do we protect that experience and make sure they're getting what they need is super important.
Yeah, and then at a pro level, just continuing the analogy, I mean, you're not just letting the person down, you're letting the person down that is letting somebody else down.
Yes.
Right? Like it's a cascading problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And who's that pro going to say? I mean, half the time, well, I didn't get my stuff and it came from X company, right? I mean, that's usually very top of mind for them to be able to explain why they're having problems.
Yep.